Okay, so I'm out here in my school library, so I've got an area where I have space to walk. For you, it could be a hallway. You need to take 10 giant steps at one point. So where can you do that? Maybe it's outside, actually. And here are the things that I brought. So I didn't bring a meter stick or a ruler because you probably don't have those things at your house. So I'm trying to work with what you have. So I've got masking tape, which I may or may not use. We'll see. I don't need it. But I do have pieces of paper. I'll show you why I brought pieces of paper out in a moment. It doesn't matter what's on them, just a regular size paper. I have a ruler. I've got 2 markers, and I'll show you why I have those. And then I have something to keep track of my thinking. So I chose a whiteboard and a whiteboard marker. You might be choosing paper and pencil. So our first activity, our first job, is to take 3 regular steps and measure them. So I'm going to put one of my markers down, and I'm going to put the front of my toe at it. So when I step, I'm going to always be measuring from the front of my toe. And I'm going to take 3 normal steps. So 1, 2, 3. And there we go. So you'll see I just used my markers to keep track of my distance. So now I need to measure that distance. So if you have a ruler, you're going to take a look and see what it goes to. Mine goes to 30 centimeters. You can't see that super well because it's a see-through ruler. I put it up against my blue pants, you can kind of see it. And I'm going to just start it here. And I need to count how many times I move it. So I'm actually going to, I don't want to move that marker. So I'm actually going to grab my whiteboard marker just so I can move things a little more precisely. So I need to move it up to there. So that's 1. So that'd be 30. And that'd be 60. This here is 90. So I'm counting by 30. There's 120 centimeters. $150 centimeters. And oh, pretty close to right on. There's 180 centimeters. And then I just have to measure this little gap here. So from there to there. And we're gonna call that maybe 4 centimeters. So 184 centimeters for my 3 regular size steps. Oops. I need that. Sorry if this is a little shaky on the camera. So 184 centimeters. Now I want to estimate how many centimeters 10 steps is going to be. Oh, that's interesting. Well, I know that 3 times 3 is 9. So maybe if I add 184, it's an estimate, so why don't I round it to a friendly number, to 180, and I'll multiply it by 3. And when you multiply something by 3, you're just adding it 3 times. So 3 equal groups of 180. I could do, I don't know how to do this. I'll add the hundreds together. So 100 plus 100 plus 100 is 300. $80 plus 80 is 160, and add another 80 is 240. And then just put those together. So there's my estimate, 540. I could add a little bit more because 3 times 3 equals 9 and not 10. But for an estimate, let's see how close I am. Okay, and then the third part of this problem is I'm going to take 10 regular steps and measure them. So I'm just going to repeat the process. Starting again at my first marker. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I forgot my other marker. I have to leave my shoe there. I have to get inventive. Okay. Because I wanted to show you how you could do this if you didn't have a ruler. So let's switch it up. I'm going to show you using a blank piece of paper. So if you use it the fat way, it's pretty close to 20 centimeters. It's 21.5. I'd be okay with you using it the fat way and just counting by 20 every time you use any paper. So here's how this could look if you are measuring this distance. It might take you a few moments, but if you set papers up end over end, okay. So you don't need that many pieces of paper. If you only had one piece of paper, you could just move it step by step by step like we did with the ruler. But if you do have this many pieces of paper, it makes the counting part really easy. Every time I see a paper, I'm just going to count 20 centimeters. So until I get to the end. So this last one, it's kind of in between half of a page and a whole page. So I'll probably call that 15 centimeters as an estimate. So let's just go back to the beginning and we'll count 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. And then a little bit left over. So if I look back at my piles, I've got 1 meter, 2 meters, 3 meters, 4 meters, 5 meters, and then 20, 40 plus 15, I said, it's going to be 55 centimeters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 meters. 5 meters and 55 centimeters, or I could say 555 centimeters. Okay, hopefully this helps you.